We at Wiley make a lot of efforts to understand our customers, their journey, pain points, and work towards helping libraries and librarians fulfill their aspirations. Driving end-user engagement, and Dr. Sutada did mention that, driving end-user engagement or awareness of resources is one of the pain points. Taking this forward, we have an industry expert to talk about the social and the mobile strategies for library marketing. Mr. Puneet Singh Bhatia, may I request you please come on the stage. But before I hand it over the stage to Mr. Bhatia, I would take an opportunity to introduce him. He's a postgraduate from IIM Bangalore and working as a director of marketing at Extria Inc., a global big data and analytics firm headquartered at New Jersey. He holds 15 years of experience and has consulted marquee clients across the globe, including Viacom, New York Times, Apple, Twitter, Reliance, of course, Wiley. He is also an author of the 2 Amazon bestsellers, Fundamental of Digital Marketing and Social Media and Mobile Marketing. And he has been cited with 100 Most Influential Marketing Tech Leaders Award and 100 Most Innovative Marketing Tech Leaders Awards in 2018. Mr. Bhatia, over to you.
Thank you. I also have this. I can use this one. Hello everyone. Are you able to hear me? Great.
I'm just checking.
Okay, sure.
There you go.
Oh.
Down is for the next.
Yeah, okay.
This is a pointer.
Oh, okay, thank you. Hey, morning everyone. If it's still morning, I don't know. I was not check the time. But thanks everyone. First of all, thanks for the opportunity to be here. I would just like to start with who I was as a child and what I, thought about libraries and how I went about writing 2 or 3 books. So essentially, I was an avid reader and I was an, decent writer, I would say. And I just started to pen a lot of stuff from 5th standard onwards. Don't know who read it. My teachers read it, and some of them, told me, go and stand up on stage and just speak and, go on debates, declamations. So I did all of that. But I seriously realized that there is a lacuna of places for writing, and especially for people who are interested from their childhood. So after my engineering MBA, I started a portal on writing, which was called Writelix. That was essentially about getting students, write-ups into a portal, and then asking that we run some contest, and after that contest, give some prizes. But that didn't materialize commercially, so I thought, might as well focus on the job, and that's what I've been doing for the past 15 years. But I didn't let go of the couple of opportunities I got to write a book. The first one was, I wrote the premier text for digital marketing, which is Fundamentals of Digital Marketing, which has been doing pretty well on Amazon. And then I got a chance with Wiley to write on social media and mobile marketing, because we felt that social media and mobile, actually it took 1 year for us to decide which topic to write on next with Dr. Anjali, and then we decided that social media and mobile marketing is very important, and then we came out with that text. And my whole belief is that, and it's not for this event, it's my whole belief in life that I have written a book that it could be there in a library forever, and it will not be lost like a good ad gets lost after some years, or any good article gets lost, anything in a library. And because I come from a religion which has a book as its guru right now, so for me a book is a guru, and that's how I treat it. So I just wanted to share that quick thing with you. So I'll quickly start then, because we have less time. And so this is about myself. I work at Extria. It's a big data analytics company. It's US based. All my clients are US, so a lot of my examples will be US based because that's what I do. And I worked with a lot of companies, global companies. And these are the 3 books. So 2 of them I have written. The third one is a book by Judy Strauss and Raymond Frost in California, and they're in the 6th edition. They asked me to, put some case studies of Indian context, so I did that. So I just wanted to kind of let you know. So now we'll start with the presentation. So essentially what I did was that I am also new to library services, because I have not kind of, held a gathering for library people as such. But the idea was that first let me research on what are the key pillars for libraries and then how this presentation could help you. So essentially at the end of this presentation, I hope that you could have some takeaways on how you could engage your communities, both physical and digital. And the second is that how can you move from communities to individuals, because that's the way, that's what the world is going to. So if you look at social and mobile, social is all about communities, mobile is all about the one person. And we need both of that, because we need to entice people at a societal level, at a community level, and then also at a personal level. So essentially, what I could think of is that there are three key pillars to library services: spaces, people, and content. Spaces is very interesting as a word because it doesn't talk about physical or digital. People is what you deal with day in and out, your customers, your partners, and everybody in the value chain, I would say. And the third is content. Content in any form, in any style, in any platform, on any browser. So when I thought about spaces, what are the key distinctions which come across? And what I wanted to say at the top is, I've written physical, social, and mobile are inseparable. Because now you will see, when you see these examples, that there's no difference. There's no difference. I could not gather my mind around what is the difference. What is a library? What is an app? What is a Kindle? You know, it's very difficult to say today. Okay? Because everything gives you knowledge, everything gives you insights. Maybe I think the point of Ben and Vikas was that, do they give you trust? Yes, that might be a question, but nonetheless, all of them are trying to cater to you from a knowledge and insight perspective. Now, if you look at spaces, earlier people used to go to libraries, then people started looking at content on mobile, and now there is this Alexa, Google Home at home. Your kids might be wanting, my 7-year-old daughter is always asking for an Alexa, but I tell her that, there's a lot of intrusive thing I cannot explain to her, because now my friends are seeing that whatever they are asking on that, people are being given ads on top of those keywords which they are asking on a Google Home, which is very sad, because, you should not be violating the privacy of individual talk or the individual queries which are being there, but the commerce has to go on, so people will serve you ads based on whatever you put on the internet or on the voice devices. So in spaces, there are multiple things which you need to probably, which are interconnecting. So is the space physical or is it digital? Is the space all about a person researching something, or is it about him recommending something? So you have to decide that how do you think about the concept of space in the first place. Then we move on to people. On the people side, there are again different kinds of connotations. So in some contexts, people might be like at a personal level, you could say that, okay, I want to target this individual. And then at a collaborative level, you'll say, okay, I want to cater to this whole bunch of people, and how do I do that? And then also, it's about activation and amplification. Activation means that, do you want to get a new customer? Amplification is, do you want the same customer to share your video, share the content with others? And I think both of them are objectives of library. The third one is content, and it's very interesting. I put some logos to give you some examples. Like if you talk about the journal part, earlier we had physical journals. Then Google took over all the journals, don't be evil, I don't know how. And then the third thing is Proof. So Proof is it's a small app which I just discovered. So in marketing, if I have to look at all the journals and look at the synopsis of those journals, this app is beautiful for that, because you can just go there and it very quickly and easily gives you very quick synopsis of journals. So I don't have the time to read journals, for example, but I do want to know that for the International Journal of Marketing or Journal of Advertising, for certain articles, what is it that is a synopsis, so I can take away some things at home. And if you look at the book side, so earlier there were physical books, now there is Amazon, and now there is Audible. So I don't have the time right now to read books, probably because I'm writing also, I'm doing a lot of work at my place. So I listen to Kindle. So every day I go in the morning, I listen to Audible. So I listen to an Audible book, and when I come back, I listen to podcasts on Stitcher. That's the way I utilize my time. And I've seen that podcasts are even more better than ebooks today, because a podcast gives you 45 minutes to know about a person's life. And while a book, an ebook or an audiobook requires 8 to 10 hours of you. So, that way, I can read about 20 people, So that's how I am. And maybe some of my insights might help you as a consumer, as an individual consumer also. Okay. So digital marketing is crucial for influence and idea dissemination. Why are we talking about digital marketing here? Why are we talking about social media and mobile marketing here? Because they are all very important for disseminating our idea. So we don't want our content, our ideas to be just with us. We want them to share with people and then for them to share with others. Because if you ask me as a marketer, I'm a marketer, the amplification part is very important for me today. Until and unless my content is consumed, and it's not just at consumed level, it is amplified. Amplified is that unless you find it share worthy, it is not a good content. So that's how we are trying to curate and build content. So next, I asked myself, what is the future of libraries? I also researched a lot of articles, and there are a lot of key questions which came up. So questions, I have just put 3 or 4 questions, but there are many of them. First is, do we know where our target audiences spend quality time on reading? Because if we don't, then we don't know who we are targeting and why we are targeting them. And it is not just about people who are visiting our libraries right now, it's also about people whom we want to reach out to. Like, let's say that I asked some student in MDI that, boss, can I get into your library and can I start reading your journals? He said that, oh, you can do that, but it's very expensive. I said, that's not right, because, I am a citizen of Gurgaon. I want to be able to read something in the library. You make it cheaper for me. Then they say that, no, it's not like, we cannot have it like below this price, or you need to come here, or you need to do this thing. So that's what it is. So we need to see who are our new audiences and whether we are getting them in within the city. I think it's all very localized. For me, if you look at it, library is a very strong localized service which people want to use, but maybe either people are not reaching out to libraries or libraries are not reaching out to people. It's like both ways. So second is that, are we able to map the customer digital journey? I think there's a huge difference between what we are doing in the corporate world. In the corporate world, I know that I am going to target this person living in New Jersey with this kind of an email, with this kind of a social media, and this is his response, based on whether he's a male, female, this age, this demographic and all that. I don't think that we are doing that at that level in the media space as much as we should do right now, or media publishing space, which we should go to. Third is, are we able to convert digital communities to physical? I think that's very important, because you have a lot of apps. I think you have a lot of platforms. You built a lot of platforms. Then are you able to get those guys back into the library? Because I think one of your purpose also is to increase library footfall. So, how do you do that? What are the ways to do that? Then last is, are we able to identify and target them personally on their devices? So this is all about mobile. Do we know that, okay, this is how we can target them on a push notification, how we can target our social media content, how we can target our website content? How do we do that? All of these are questions we need to think of. And then 3 key traps libraries can fall into. One is physical trap, holding on to big investments in old system. Some of the guys are trying to get to new systems, agile systems, but you need to be aware of that where is the agility coming into your system. Second is psychological traps, failing to notice audience displacements. You don't even know, are we mapping, what was our audience 5 years back? What is our audience now? Is it millennials? Is it elder people? Is it just within college? Is it college to college sharing? Is it, who is that? And where are those displacements taking place? Because that will help you as a community, who do you want to target on social media? Okay. Third one is strategic traps. So you are not able to envisage the marketplaces of tomorrow. So okay, tell me someone, if anybody can raise a hand, which is the biggest search engine even right now? We would all say Google. But if you actually look at it, Amazon now is monetizing much more on search than Google. Because within US, Amazon has around 35% of the searches now. And you won't believe me that in every article I've started seeing this year, they put search as one and then Amazon as one. They don't put Google versus Amazon. They put Google, Bing and all of the other search engines together, DuckDuckGo, and they put Amazon separately because Amazon is so big now. And Amazon will start getting a lot of search revenue going forward in US especially, maybe not in India. Obviously in India we have Flipkart also, but in US it is the trend. So we need to think about some of these things. Now some interesting examples of what I have put up here. I just wanted to share some quick things which libraries globally are doing. So one is there's a campaign run by Leeds Library in which there were very less footfalls. So they put a lot of money and then they had a very, very good mix of, offline and online marketing, wherein they tried to have people inside them and, entice them to start visiting libraries. And you could not miss that. When you were in Leeds, you could not miss something, compelling. So maybe at a micro level, if you would want that your footfalls increase, it is doable that you could do it in certain part of, let's say, if for IIT Delhi, you could do in a certain catchment area. Things like that are still doable. It's not probably too expensive. Then maker spaces. I think this is a very, very key concept which I have read multiple times over, is that how do you get people to create content within the library? It's not just about consuming content, it's about how do you get people to create content. And there is a Madison public library in US which has a separate cell called Bubbler. Within Bubbler, you can just go there and you can just start creating content together and just start fixing content. So third one is an example of a state library of Queensland which shows that what is being real-time searched. So they have a dashboard, they show what is being searched real-time, and people can look at that and people can be motivated that these are the new books, or you can just click some book and then you will be shown some other recommendations specific to that book. And finally, I think all of us, if you guys have not seen the James Hunt Library video, I was thinking if we could play it here, but I am always short of time and videos take like 15 minutes just to play. So, this James Hunt Library, there's a 3-minute video if you guys would want to catch up on YouTube. It's a brilliant video on how they are automating the whole book delivery system. You can order a book from within the bus, you can order the book from home, you can go there and you can order that, you can, and they have those Microsoft table spaces, where you can just see the images within a book, see the diagrams, see the frameworks within a book. It's quite brilliant, So just if you have time, you should see that. So then I will move on. So let's get a bit specific, how to use social media. So a question for all of you, can anyone of you say which social media app do you prefer the most for your business? Which is the social media app? Facebook, yeah. The all-time winner. Anything else? LinkedIn, very nice, yes. Very good. So I've covered all of them. And so what I wanted to do, I'll just try to come down because I feel it's better to be with people. Okay. I will give you some tips on how to use these platforms. Okay, because I think people use these platforms, but actually they are not knowing, whether. And let me tell you 2 or 3 things which will be very important for you if you're using social media. The first thing, social changes by the year. Social is not the same social. I have been tracking social because I have written a book on social media, or even before that. I have been tracking social for let's say 5 years. Every year I can write a new book. Okay, that doesn't mean that I would, but but every year I can write a new book because there's so many things happening. Okay, but then let's say that Facebook. Okay, what is changing in Facebook? Anyone? What do you feel? What is changing in Facebook? Have you ever noticed any change? Any one change?
Recently, they have inactive members. I think billions of members.
Yes. So for me, the biggest change has been that they have the organic reach on social has diminished a lot. So, okay, what do you mean by organic reach? Organic reach is that if you have a page on Facebook, you put your post on Facebook, how many people will see that post? So that last to last year, it could have been that if you sent out a post, 80 people would have seen it. Okay. But now they have reduced the whole thing that only 6% people will see it. So if you are sending a post to 100 people, only 6 people are seeing that. So essentially, you need to place an ad on Facebook. They want you to pay. Facebook is now only a paid platform, not an organic platform. So if I were to ask you to start thinking about social, please start thinking in terms of the economics of social. The economics of social is very important because you don't want to spend tons of money. And whatever I will tell you in this slide should be very useful for you. It is all about non-paid. It is not about paid. I want you guys to be able to use these platforms for free. And if you use them, you will get a lot of audience. You don't need to pay. I just have put some 5 tools for paid also in case you want to pay, but you don't need to. If you're doing it smartly. So negligible organic reach on Facebook. Highest reach for paid. For paid, you will get a lot more subscribers. So also you should know that social media is much more cheaper than search marketing or AdWords or Google marketing. All 3 of them are the same thing. If you're doing that, and if you've tried that, you will know that, you know. Then third is communities and partners shine. Facebook is for communities. Facebook is for people. Facebook is for friends. Facebook is for your channel partners. Please use it like that. It's not about yourself that much. Facebook, that I'll come to is the next is Instagram. Okay. Videos rule. Videos are doing the biggest. And then tag profiles and not hashtags. Hashtags are not very useful on Facebook. They are very useful on Instagram. Then I come to the second most popular, Instagram. You know, any questions you have, you can just post, but I have a lot of content to share with you anyway, so, and time is less. So, Instagram, organic reach is maturing. Yeah. So if you know that, like, you know, 1 year back, if I were doing this session, I would say go for Instagram only, because Instagram will offer you free, you know, organic, you know, views. But now it is also maturing. So there are other platforms which are coming up for organic. Okay, and you would have started seeing that. So there, if you wanted to, so I think the easiest way to look at it is, let's say in LinkedIn. When you go on LinkedIn, you want to see a post. You were able to see those same people post every day, but now all of a sudden what will happen in 6 months, that you're not even seeing their posts, because there's so many posts which are, the whole ecosystem is getting so flooded. The social media, like let's say channel, like even LinkedIn right now, it's so flooded that you have to go back on your news feed to see any single person's feed, you know, and that's how it's all panning out. So for Instagram, organic reach is maturing, most effective for paid marketing. It helps showcase your personality. So for personality, for library, if you want to showcase library as a personality, as a person, this is, Instagram is the best medium for that. And the last is stories. Stories will get the biggest chunk in 2020 or 22. You know, stories are going to go big. So if you want one medium, yeah. So if you want to go for one medium, go for stories, because stories is something which will grow very, very, you know, because Mark Zuckerberg is going to invest that much in stories. Okay. Third thing is WhatsApp. WhatsApp is very good for word of mouth, as a word of mouth platform. It's free, it's cheap, but on WhatsApp, what works is virality. So your videos need to be viral, your videos need to be something which are shareable, because otherwise you're only sending it to certain people, like 100 people or 50 people, or, you know, in a certain WhatsApp group. It has to go viral, otherwise you will not reap the benefits of WhatsApp. You can discover WhatsApp for business. I think it's free, you know, just go there and use those, you know, I realized it's for free. I was not using it because it might be paid, but then I started, it's free, you know, like just go and use it. And then it's brilliant for infographics and Pinterest. So I think library goes very well with Pinterest as a platform. So in Pinterest, you can build images and, you know, market images. So WhatsApp goes very good with Pinterest. The last one is YouTube, most underrated platform, beautiful platform, only video platform. Lots of organic reach. You put a video, you will see people coming in, you will see people, you know, coming out, because, you know, it's very specific. There's a lot of long tail going on in YouTube. And then it's best for depth features. You can go depth as much as you want. And guys, don't worry about, you know, if you want to create videos, I can tell you thousands of examples in corporate world. We are not using professional photographers. We are not paying a lot. We are just using our mobile. I am only using my mobile. I'm planning to build my brand presence in a big way next year. I'm only going to use mobile. That's it. Your mobile is as good as your DSLR, what it used to be many years back. Now DSLRs are getting better in some other way, but we don't need a DSLR. We just need the mobile. Go and shoot a video. Go and shoot a video. Go and shoot a video of yourself. Go and shoot a video of your partner. Go and shoot a video of a person whom you are bringing into your library for an expert lecture. Just shoot videos. And I have seen colleges doing that so well. They just make me sit and, you know, just do a quick interview, 5 minutes. You know, they have just set it up like, you know, like a factory, and they're producing video. So yeah. So it's amazing. You know, you don't need anything. You know, I'm doing like I'm basically earning from videos through you know, like this kind of thing. So don't need to worry about, you know, no. If anybody ever says that video करने के लिए I need a lot of people चाहिए, and, you know, this is all, it will not go well, because you will never be able to go to video. And if you don't go to video right now, you will miss video, because there will be something other content form which will come up in 2020, 2021. Video is the in thing now. Please do it. Yeah. People, but, you know, so you understand why TikTok did well, you know. And so, okay, so always remember, there are 3 key platforms for you to get people. 3 key. One is your website. Please look care of the people who are coming on your website. Please have a database for that. That is your first party data. Second is activation on mobile. Mobile is the second place where the people are coming. Are you able to get people onto your website, or do you have an app, or do you have a third-party partner app with whom you can share audiences? And third is your engagement. How well are you positioned on each social media? I'm not going to go too much into it, but these are some 3 kinds of tools, which are there. I have really thought about them. I've given them 2 hours to think about which tools are best for you. Please use this for analysis. All of these 5 tools are very important, and they are for free. Then there are these 5 tools which are free. You can just go ahead and start using them. Don't need to do anything. I cannot go into each one of them. One is for analytics, one is for social media marketing, third is for SEO, fourth is for email marketing, fifth is for designing. And the paid tools, all 5 are the best of the best. You should have them. Ideally, you should have them in your system. But that's how you need for marketing. Sorry, but I'll have, if I want to share more. So I'll just quickly share with you an example of Disney is the best example of omni-channel. What Disney does is it removes all the tension from your mind. Before you go on into a Disney trip, you get bands for each person, okay, in the family. Then for each of these bands, they can do, the band can do everything. Like let's say that we take that example for library. Oh, okay. Can I stand here? I think I should stand here. Yeah, I will ruin everything. Okay. So you say that a person enters the library and he has a band, like you do in discotheques, something like that. So you are able to track everything of the guy, everything, in the sense that where he goes, what does he do, which shelf he goes to. It's all tagged. Imagine that. Okay, and that's what people are investing in. And then you get a lot of data about the person. Which aisle they go to, what do they search for, whom do they talk to, what is it that they are doing. So that is something which these guys. So all thing payments, all thing tickets, all thing admissions, everything is done through that app. Third is during the trip they have a mobile app where you can open the mobile app and you will see everything within the library. You can go around where you want to go, what you want to do. I think it makes a lot of sense to invest in apps because they're not that expensive right now. They used to be expensive 3 years back. So if you go to an app builder right now, they can build something for you in 10,000-15,000. That's it. So please use apps. And then the last thing is post visit. They send physical things to them. Things like that. So I'm just telling you an idea of how do you do an omni-channel marketing. These are some frameworks which you can, which are there in my book. Maybe you could have a look at them. The first one is the Honeycomb Framework, which is the core framework for for social media marketing. The next one is a framework where I'm talking about what are the key actors in social media marketing and how you need to play some of these roles to be able to execute social media marketing in a holistic manner. So you can check that if you can check that in my book. So libraries need to build connectedness through relationships and partnerships, and what are the relations and what are the partnerships you need to build. The second is mobile marketing. Mobile marketing also has a lot of big stack. You can use a lot of things. And even there they have this whole, which are the key, people you want to interact with and what are the key roles. And then libraries need to personalize their interaction. So I was talking about social is community, mobile is personal. Let's be very clear. And that's where these 2 topics come together as a book. Then I have 2 frameworks also within the book. One is the social framework, which has 24 steps. The other is the mobile framework, which also has 24 steps. If you're going to not use all of these steps, probably you will not be able to do social media and mobile marketing the right way. So these are also covered in the book, so I'll not cover them here. Okay. The last thing, so this is my last slide. Okay, I am trying to be in time. How library can be the third place? When I say the third place, the first place is your home, the second place is your work. Can library be the third place? Okay, yes, it can be. So and it has to be a very strong combination of physical and digital. It cannot be one way. So first, it needs to be collaborative. So I will talk about the 5 key tenets and how you can have them. So collaborative through social. So explore all social media platforms. Please go ahead and try TikTok. No worry, it's started from the bottom, but it's not that intellectual people are not using it. They are using it. There are multiple examples of that. People are building a whole new profile, on TikTok. So it's how you are able to intelligently use that. Okay. Second is master a couple. Try mastering a couple. It can be very difficult to master 5 social media platforms. Think of which platform is most suitable for you. I think one should be a video platform. One should be a platform where you are coming out as an expert. Okay. Nurture communities and bring them back to your main website. Always remember, your website is more important than any social media website. If social media websites die down today, or your audience doesn't like you today, or the audience doesn't like Facebook today, your audience will go. You would never have captured even 1 cent of data from them. the visitor data on each of your channel is the most important. When they say data is the oil, what is that data? That's the data about, if I have the data of all 50 of you or all 100 of you right now, I can market to you. If I don't have your data, I can never market to you. So data is everything, please remember. Okay, and the biggest thing in life for marketing for you is your website. Nothing beats that, nothing beats that, nothing. Your website is the home for all the data. Okay, so please use that. Second is interactive. Go interactive, go video. Video is the key, you know. So establish a video channel, build a video custom to your USPs, what is you want to tell, and a partner along with your value chain. Don't build video for yourself, build the value for your value, build videos for your value chain partners. Third is mobile. Take advantage of personalization. Share weekly, daily content. Push notification. You only open what is being pushed to you. You don't go somewhere today. So you have to push things on people, especially people who are coming to you right now. And then do a mobile geo-targeting contest. So you can block an area, block a catchment, and do mobile contests out there. That's very much feasible. It's not very expensive also. Fourth is localized. You have to go localized because library, I believe is all about localized. Okay, because you don't want to go to, I don't want to go to a library in Rajasthan right now, probably. You know, so physical, curate and promote library events, and then take advantage of localization. Invite social communities to come to physical. How do you invite? Say you have a social community built up of 500 people. Can you invite them into physical? Last is branding. Brand is everything. All of my 15 years in life in doing marketing, I've realized that बाकी सब कुछ भी कर लो. If you don't have a brand, you don't have anything. Brand. You know, if you have a brand, and I think you have seen multiple examples of lot of institutions which have come up as big brands. Which were not there earlier. So you can do that. Marketing helps you do that. Marketing is not bad. Okay. So branding is everything. Do that and have a good mix of physical and digital. So last, I want to show you this thing, infographic by American Libraries, the Library of Things. This is a beautiful one. This shows that the future of the libraries will be branded. Your library will be like an FMCG product. You can sell things over there. You can sell merchandise over there. We can even sell, Frozen 2 t-shirts over there. Nobody stops you. Okay, so it's a huge model of merchandising, of content, and of what Ben and Vikas were saying. You can use it in multiple ways. So please go ahead and do that. Thanks a lot. You can reach out to me on LinkedIn, and if anything else, I have my cards. If any one of you wants my card, I will share my cards. And thanks for the opportunity.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you, sir. Short and crisp. I hope you all enjoyed it. Now requesting Vikas and Ben to please felicitate Mr. Bhatia with a memento. Sir. Please. Can we have a round of applause, please? See you. Yeah.